English Flip, Easy English podcast for personal growth.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of English Flip, the place where we learn real English through meaningful conversations. There's no stressful grammar here, so don't worry. And whether you had a great day or a really long one, I'm glad you're here. Just relax and let my voice keep you company for a while. You'll pick up some English along the way without even trying. Today, I want to start with a real story of mine. About a year ago, I joined an online course about personal branding and marketing, and my teacher gave us some homework. We had to record a video to talk about what we'd learned and post it online. But you know what? I was so scared. I was scared that I would look dumb or make mistakes when I talked, that no one would watch my video, or maybe someone would say bad things about me. I wasn't ready at the time, so I delayed. 3 months was gone. I just did nothing. But then I saw my classmates posting their videos online, and they were getting better and better. They had first followers and comments, but I was still in the same place. So I told myself, okay, let's do it. No more waiting. I recorded my first video. And guess what? I was so surprised. Some people messaged me. They said they loved my voice and found my video useful for them. Some people started following my channel too. So my first video wasn't as bad as I thought, right? And I think somehow you can already guess the lesson that I've learned from that experience. Looking back now, I understand what really happened during those 3 months. Let's imagine this with me. There's a locked door, and behind it, there's something I wanted, a new skill. I had the key in my hand, but I was too scared to make the first step. So I just stood there and looked at the door, not moving at all. My fear was too big. It was like the lock. And recording the first video and posting is like the key, and the key was the only thing that can open that locked door. If I had kept waiting, I probably would have lost 6 more months, maybe a whole year. In reality, when we have some fear of starting something, what do you think we actually need to turn that key? Here's what I've learned. I'll take you through it, one step at a time. First, don't wait to feel ready. Yes! Don't wait until we feel ready, because that feeling may never actually come. Let's imagine this with me. We are learning to swim. We stand on the side and wait to feel confident. But the confidence we need might never come. We just get into the water, even when we feel scared. Yes, scared and shaking, probably. And we practice and practice. We may swallow some water too. But slowly, we realize we're feeling more confident. Funny, right? So the confidence we were waiting for is in the water the whole time, not before us jumping into the water. Okay, but some of you may ask, what if I take action, but nothing changes? What if I keep trying, but I don't get better? That question reminds me of something important. I agree with you that sometimes only trying harder isn't enough. We also need another person or something to point out what we can't see ourselves. And we call it feedback. Think about a dancer. Do you know why they always dance in front of a big mirror? Yes! If they don't look at the mirror, They can never see which moves need to change or what things are missing. So, yes, keeping practicing is important, but feedback is needed too. Practicing alone doesn't guarantee we'll get better. We also need someone or something to help us notice what we need to change or improve. But now, some of you may be thinking, okay, I'll take action, but this whole thing feels so big. I don't even know where to start. I can feel you, and I understand. I think the answer is much simpler than it seems. When we look at everything all at once, of course, it can feel so big, so overwhelming, and so fearful. That's often why we give up sometimes, even before we start. So let's think like this. We all know that no one can build a house in one day, right? But we need days, weeks, or even months to finish it. And the first thing we do is to place one brick on the ground, not 1,000. Yes, one brick first, then another brick, then another. So one brick doesn't look like much. Just like our goal, one tiny action towards the goal doesn't make us feel too scared. And maybe that's the point. We don't need to start with something huge. Huge means very big. We just need one brick at a time. And one day, when we look back, we'll realize, wow, I've finally built a home. So one tiny action doesn't look like much, but hundreds of them make a home. Some of you now might be thinking, okay, but what if my fear is right? What if I shouldn't ignore it? Don't worry, I've asked myself this question before, but I don't think every fear should be ignored. When we talk about fear, it reminds me of a smoke alarm. It rings whenever there's smoke. Either it's a real fire or just burned toast. When it's a real fire, of course, we want the alarm to ring. But sometimes it goes off because someone burned their toast. The alarm simply reacts with the smoke. It doesn't know what's causing it. And maybe we can see our fear like the smoke alarm. Sometimes it's warning us about something real, and it's worth listening to and paying attention to. But other times, trust me, it's just reacting to something very small, like a piece of burnt toast. And it doesn't mean we're in danger. It just means our mind is trying to protect us. So perhaps the question isn't, should I ignore my fear? But what is this fear trying to protect me from? Okay, I think I used some big words today. Maybe I should slow down and talk about them a little. What about doing a tiny word tour before we finish? These words are important if you don't want to keep waiting behind that locked door. So let's begin. Our first word, confident. Confident means you believe in yourself. For example, I feel more confident after I practice something many times. Or, she wasn't confident at first, but she became confident after she kept practicing. And our second word, feedback. Feedback is information from someone that shows you the truth about your work. For example, I asked my friend for feedback on my English pronunciation. Or, good feedback helps you improve faster. Next word, protect. Protect means to keep someone or something safe from danger. For example, I always protect my phone with a strong case. Or sometimes fear is just trying to protect us, even when there's no real danger. And our next word, guarantee. Guarantee means to promise that something will definitely happen. For example, studying every day doesn't guarantee you'll speak perfectly, but it helps a lot. Or, Practicing alone doesn't guarantee we'll get better. We also need feedback. And our last word, prepare. Prepare means getting ready before you do something. For example, I prepare for a meeting the night before. Or, take time to prepare, but don't wait forever. All right. If you didn't catch every word, it's okay. You can listen to this part again slowly. And if you want a small challenge, choose one of these words and make your own sentence. You can say it in your head, or be brave and write it in the comments. That's like sending your English to the gym, a small but friendly gym, where everyone is learning together. So, if someone is listening and thinking, okay, this sounds nice, but what should I do today? Then let me repeat the simple steps we talked about earlier. Step 1. Think of one thing you've been waiting to feel ready for. For example, maybe it's speaking English out loud or applying for a new job. Step 2. Find one person or one way to give yourself feedback on it. Maybe a friend, a teacher, or even recording yourself and listening again. Step 3. Do something small today, but stay consistent. For example, instead of speaking in front of a group, just speak to one person you trust. Step 4. Write your fear down on paper. Then ask yourself, is it really a fire or just burnt toast? Okay, let's quickly recap our tips so you can remember them. Tip 1. Don't wait to feel ready. Get in the water, like learning to swim. Tip 2. Take action, but also look for feedback like a dancer in front of a mirror. Tip 3. Start small, like placing just one brick. Tip 4. Remember, not every fear deserves the same reaction. Ask yourself if it's burnt toast or a real fire. And we want to say this clearly. You don't need to feel totally brave. You just need to take one small action today. So, I have a small question for you. What's one thing you've been waiting to feel ready to start? And is the fear a real fire or burnt toast? Leave it in the comments. I'll read every single one, and your story might help someone else too. Remember, fear is the lock, and our action is the only key that can open it. And if you stayed with me until the end, I think you've already taken that first small step to open the locked door to English. And if today's conversation stayed with you, maybe share it with someone who's standing in front of their own locked door. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I'm Lisa, and this is English Flip. Better English, better life. See you next time. Bye.